High school, the best 4 years of your life. You're finally a teenager whose freedom is starting to expand. First car, first love, first homecoming dance. Your life is finally beginning and you're figuring out who you are as a person. High school, the best 4 years of your life. But what happens when instead of your first car, you are suffering your first anxiety attack? Instead of your first homecoming dance, you are laying in bed wondering why you feel numb. And when you search for answers, you have no options. Mental health is a heavily avoided topic in society, especially in schools. Instead of avoidance, students deserve to have access to mental health courses that are part of the required curriculum nationwide. By implementing these courses, we can help break the damaging stigma society has created, and in result, help those struggling mentally heal, and finally, prevent any physical correlated ailments. We as a society has shown the idea of someone struggling internally. It's become too taboo of a subject to speak about. Instead of offering a hand to those that are struggling, we leave them alone. And high school students have found themselves in that position one too many times. An article according to Brainforest states, schools are where young people spend most of their days. That's where they find their self-worth in popularity, sports, and much more. And is where mental illness can become more exaggerated. It can become more obvious. While there is a growing emphasis on schools providing mental health support, this form of support only occurs when the student directly asks for it, and some finding reaching out to be the hardest topic. If you're able to provide a course where these students are offered this immediately and they can learn how to manage certain emotions and learn why they feel their emotions, we are giving the students a lifeline. We are changing a culture that's been around for too long, and by changing a persistent culture, we can help those struggling find a way to heal. When you think of healing, you think of a bruise, a sprain, maybe even a fracture. But healing mentally is different than healing physically. There is no time limit. There's just the dreaded words, you'll get there, it takes time. Because of this, so many adults wait so long to receive proper treatment. And by then, sometimes it is too late. An article published by WGU Education states, despite the average age of early signs of mental illness being 14, most individuals don't seek help until adulthood. You may ask, why? It's because of the stigma, and it's because they don't know how to reach out. You may argue that providing support is that of a school office, school resources, and an outside therapist. But sadly, one school counselor cannot offer her support or his to hundreds of students. They cannot provide the help and seek the signs. And sometimes families also fail to recognize the warnings. Or if they don't, they can't provide the help that is needed. That is why if we offer this course internally in the school, we're given the opportunity, we can recognize those students that are struggling can recognize that they are not alone. That there are people out there that are just like them, and sometimes that is all they ever needed. You may have heard the phrase, to heal mentally is to heal physically, and while it seems mundane, it is true. According to the National Library of Medicine, mental health has a statistically significant and direct effect on present physical health. Those who find themselves struggling with mental health can also find themselves at a higher risk of physical ailments such as high blood pressure, heart attacks, strokes, and sadly much more. In the previously mentioned by the National Library of Medicine, the longer that the individual is suffering mentally, the more drastic the impacts are upon their health. If we can offer a class at the time where symptoms first start to appear, which is typically around the age 14, we can limit the time that they are exposed to their illness, and in result, we can help their physical health just as much as their mental health. As we wrap up the speech today, I'd like to think I was able to provide you with enough information to support the idea of providing mental health courses in schools. We went through the cultural, mental, and physical aspect of these classes. And please always remember that there is hope.